Welcome back, everybody, to the Nerdcore Podcast, the podcast that reviews movies and talks that nerd shit. This is episode 539, and it is your top 10 movies of 2022 coming to you all in 2023 because schedules are crazy. And that's why, if you haven't caught our drift yet, this is pre recorded. It is the Nerd Chick on here, the host, show lines my wonderful co host, Brad Young Yoda. Hey, Brad, again.
Hey, Raul. Long time no see.
Long time no see, Brad. Yep, same shirt, same everything, right? We're here again.
No one will notice.
No one noticed, right? Sorry, Kylie. We're pre-recorded again.
Pre-recorded again, so
We're
we can't be there to say hey, but we love you.
yeah. You just bear with us, Kylie. We're playing catch up. We got
Mm.
3 episodes to catch up on. We're at set number 2 right now. We need to do number 3, and then we'll be fine.
We'll
We'll
get
be
there.
fine.
We're getting there, so
Okay.
no worries.
Yeah. So, Brad, 2022 was a great year for movies.
Mm-hmm.
I still can't wrap my head around the number. I haven't updated the letterbox in a bit. I will
Yeah, how
update
many have you
that.
watched of
But
new releases?
I watched 123 2022 releases this year.
I think I watched 10 to make a list.
I only ever ask you to watch 10, Brad.
I know, so I can make a list.
Well, we watched more. You watched more, Brad. I mean,
Yeah,
you watched
there were.
Thor, Thor: Love and Thunder.
Yeah,
You watched
I don't count that shit because
Multiverse of Madness.
those are not like there's some that I really wanted to get to that I just did not get to.
Yeah, they just,
Like Guillermo's Pinocchio. I still really want to watch that badly. And I'm sure that would have been on my list had I got to watch it.
yeah.
But here we are.
You watched Fresh. You
I
watched
did.
that. Yeah. The Black Phone. Obviously, Black Phone is not making it to your top 10. But Brad,
Sorry, Tony, that was a shitty freaking movie.
you're giving yourself a lot less credit than you should. You should, Brad. We watched a good amount. You watched a
Yeah.
good amount. But you know, Hustle, Brad. You watched Hustle.
Oh yeah, I did watch Hustle. Yeah, I did.
Yeah, yeah. You watched those 3 from the Los Angeles Asian Pacific Film
I did.
Festival.
Those were two of the three were good, really good.
Yeah, yeah. You watched a good amount, Brad. But I watched 123 2022 releases, Brad. And
That's
then
impressive. I just being honest, that's really impressive.
5 festivals, Brad. 5 festivals I
You did
covered. Brad.
5 festivals? Damn.
Yep.
Are we gonna do more this year?
I hope so. I hope so. But Brad, in total, Brad, I watched 325 films in 2022.
Is that including past reviews we did and all that?
Mm-hmm. Movies I watched on my own, movies we reviewed, movies new releases that came out, Brad. I watched a fuck ton of movies this year, Brad. Holy crap.
I mean, that's kind of what we do, though. That's
Yeah,
what we do.
that's
We
right.
watch movies and we review them.
Yeah. Yeah. Um, and I
See
hope you all.
if you include all the older movies, my number's
Yeah.
up.
Your number's up. Yeah, but you
My
obviously
number's
can't
up.
count that.
Yeah.
That's not 2022 releases. As much as we would like to put Kagemusha in our top 10, Kagemusha came out in the 80s, not in the,
I do like Kagemusha.
but I know y'all are probably thinking, Raul, that's a lot. Some of y'all are like, Raul, those are rookie numbers. I watched 500 this year. Cool. Good for you.
I mean, it's not a contest.
Yeah.
Did you create 11,000 hours of content? I don't think
Yeah.
so.
Point is, my friends, that out of those 123 films, there must be 10 of my favorite movies this year. And out of Brad's 20 films that he watched, there must be 10 that are his favorite of this year. And that's what we're here for today. Of course, if you do want to share with us your top 10, throw them in the comments on the YouTube video. If you want to talk to us on social media, you can follow us on all our stuff here, the Nerdcore underscore on Twitter. Instagram is the Nerdcore. Tell us what your 10 favorite movies of 2022 are. If you do want to get this episode early, you can check that out on patreon.com/nerdcore at $1 below $1. You get it along with a lot of back catalog stuff. Doesn't matter where you're listening to us. Just reach out to us. Tell us what your 10 favorite movies are, and we'll see if some of our lists kind of match. That's right. Um,
I feel like our lists are going to be so completely different because you were able to watch a fairly larger number than I did,
I put my
which
AMCA list to work, Brad.
yeah, you did. So I think our lists are going to be so usually in the past our lists were, they would agree for the most
Yeah,
part. This year I feel like Raul half his or half to three-quarters of his list
three
is going to be movies
movies.
I didn't see.
Three movies are gonna match your movies on your list, Brad.
Yeah.
Yeah. Everything else is like, yeah, I didn't get to that. Oh well. Oh wait, no, we got to this. We got to my number nine. We got to my number nine. Broker. We got to Broker. Yeah.
Oh, I didn't even. Yeah.
It's like I'm starting to remember we watched movies.
Yeah, we watched.
Broker,
I'm
Decision
starting
to
to remember that I
Leave.
did watch a lot of these movies.
Brad's like,
I'm
oh
gonna keep
fuck.
with my list right now
Yeah.
though, but no, Brokers is probably
It's
somewhere.
okay,
Should
Brad.
be somewhere on there.
Brad. It's okay because in what's it called soon on the live show they will get to hear the golden nerdy nominations, and maybe then we'll give a go ahead and be like, actually guys, this is the revised list,
Yeah.
because right now we're giving you a tentative list, but I still have a lot to watch to go ahead and finish up these nominations. So uh, without further ado, Brad, the way we've done this for the past couple of years is that I say my number 10, Brad says his number 10. I say my number 9, Brad says his number 9. And sometimes in the episode, you're going to hear me say, Brad, did I say my number 9 or did you like? So don't worry, bear with us, y'all. But this is going to probably take 30 minutes. So, Brad, without further ado, we should probably get into this, right?
Heck yeah. And I don't think there's no spoiler warning because we're not going to talk
No.
about spoilers.
No, no. I would like to say that at least one, two, three, four, five of these films do have reviews on this channel. So please go check out five of these films that we have, and then probably Brad has some that have a review on this channel too. So five from my list have a review on this channel, and
Yeah,
what's it?
I think most of my list has a review on this channel.
Yeah,
I think.
yeah. Brad, before I probably this is where you could probably what's it called? You could probably get away with it and say my honorable mentions are the ones that I just forgot to put in there. Um, but any honorable mentions you have in your Brad? That like just
Definitely Broker. I'd say
yeah,
Broker. Um, yeah. What else do we watch?
Decision to Leave. Um, you watch Decision to Leave, Brad. Turning Red, Cha Cha Real Smooth.
I, did I watch? I don't.
Yeah,
Oh,
you
maybe I
watched Cha Cha
did.
Real
Maybe I
Smooth.
did. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
I can't remember half the shit I watched.
Oh my god, it's okay, Brad. Cha Cha Real Smooth. The
Yeah,
Territory.
from what I remember, I like Cha Cha real smooth.
Yeah, yeah. The
I
Territory,
didn't like
Brad.
Black Phone at all.
Yeah. The Territory, that documentary about the indigenous people in the
Oh
Amazon.
God, that's so good.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
that'll go on.
Honorable mention.
Honorable mention. That was a really good documentary too. I love that documentary.
Brad's only title from Sundance, like you got to watch because I
Yeah,
fucked up.
it was really good.
Good, yeah. Um, but I'll give you all two of my honorable mentions here, guys. I'll go ahead and say this movie that has my favorite performance from male performance this year, Breaking with John Boyega is incredible. I think you all need to check this movie out. John Boyega's best performance yet. He is electrifying. He gives a performance that is groundbreaking, bro. I mean, she's so good in this movie. It also is the last performance from Michael K. Williams, because he passed, of course. So check that one out. And of course, at number 16 on my list is another honorable mention for you all. Uh, Pleasure, great movie. It is a little rough, but it's an incredible movie about a girl who gets into the porn industry because she wants to become the best porn star in the world, and she soon realizes that porn is not the glamorous the lifestyle that she thinks it is, and it's a very exploitative world. And it's a really, really good movie. It's one of the best directorial debuts of this year. So you all should probably check that out if you can stomach some of the material that are going to be shown in that film, because it's pretty rough. But with that said, Brad, let's go ahead and get into this, Brad. I'm going to go ahead and start off here. My number 10, Brad, is a movie that I watched literally like 3 days ago. This movie was a wild ride. I saw a man grab a tiger and throw it at another man, Brad. I saw two dudes come, what's it called, clashing at each
Oh, I know what
other,
you're talking
tie
about.
ropes with each other on a motorcycle so they could go on the opposite sides of a bridge to save a little boy who's fucking slipping off a bridge, bro. With a fucking bridge that's about to collapse and fucking what's it called, go on fire. Brad, this movie was crazy. It was great. I'm talking about RRR. It is a Telugu action film epic action epic. It is incredible. It has I have never seen a film from India before, y'all. Ever. And I know that sounds terrible because Raul loves international movies and he's never seen anything from India. I am okay with their runtime now because I never felt 3 hours and 5 minutes pass by quick like that. I am telling you, I haven't had this much fun in a long time watching this movie. Like,
It sounds something to the effect of Everything Everywhere All at Once. It kind of does.
it's just so
Like
ape
you
shit
just said,
crazy, bro. That
this
shit
man threw a
crazy.
tiger at another man. Like,
And that's only scratching the surface of what the fuck is happening in these movies, Brad. In this movie, Brad. But incredible movie. I loved the dance numbers and the music was awesome. I love this movie. I hope you all can check this out. There is a Hindi dubbing on Netflix that is the dubbing is done by the actors themselves, so it doesn't feel like that weird when you're watching it. So like it's not mismatched. But the original Telugu version is available only in India right now. But great movie. Brad, what is your number 10?
my number 10 is one we just pre-recorded for a review just a few minutes ago. And that is Tar, starring the ever great Kate Blanchett, who puts on an acting session out of this world. I went into it. I'm like, I don't know if I'm gonna like this. This doesn't seem like my kind of movie that I would watch by myself. But that story, after you get past the first act, that story latches on, and you're just for a wild ride right towards the end.
Great ending, Brad. Great ending. Um, and if you want to hear more of our thoughts, y'all, that is available on our what's it called on the channel right now. So go and check that out. It's on the podcast platforms too. Brad, Tar was actually my number 26 of the year. Uh, right below Holy Spider, which is a great movie about the serial killer, the Holy Spider, not the Holy Spider, I'm sorry, the spider serial killer in Iran back in the
Hmm.
80s, I believe.
That sounds
Great
actually
movie.
that sounds like a good one to watch.
Oh, it's really good. And I'm pretty sure we're going to talk about it but
Okay.
when it finally releases. But yeah. Uh, the menu is, it's above the menu as well. Menu is great. Fucking,
I want actually. I was almost going to go see The Menu for my birthday,
yeah,
but we just didn't make it. It
bro.
sounded like the because it's at the theater, like, and I was reading through it. I'm like, this sounds like amazing. This sounds like something I would want to watch, but we just
Bro,
never made it to the theater.
that's another movie where it's just like there's a lot going on that's like obviously like really interesting discussions about class and about like the world of art criticism, but there are just moments in there where it's just bursting out laughing, man. Like it's just a great movie, great screenplay. But yeah, let's go ahead and move on to our number 10. I mean our number 9, Brad. We're already starting there, Brad, where I'm confused on what number we're at. um my number 9 is Hirokazu Koreeda's Broker, another film that is beautifully written and directed by, to me, one of the best directors working right now. Has an incredible performance from Song Kang Ho, and of course, what is not being talked about as much is also the incredible performance from what's her not not Baydona, but what's it called uh, I can't pronounce her name, but she plays the mother of the child in this film. In the film, she's great. And she, what's it called? She should be getting a lot of attention for this, but she's obviously not getting that much. But I really liked her performance. I think that once again, I can't lie to you all. Koreeda kind of makes the same movie from Shoplifters in a way, but he's able to still reel
Make a
you
very
in,
interesting movie.
make an interesting movie. So that's my number nine, y'all. These are my not well, not all of these. Hold on. Yeah, these are my only two 4.5 stars, which basically these are roughly like around like an 8.5 ish. So yeah, we'll be going into the 5 star territories. I'll tell you all which ones are the perfect scores for me, but for now, that's my number nine. Brad, what is your number nine?
My number nine is Ty West's Pearl, starring the new Scream
Pearl.
Queen, Pearl, Mia Goth, who puts on one of the best monologues ever put on film. Honestly,
What a freaking great movie, Brad.
what a ride! What a ride that movie is, and X as well. X didn't make it onto my list, but Pearl did, specifically because of Mia Goth whole performance throughout this movie, but specifically that monologue that just drags you in and you go into hell with this person.
Yeah, my cousin was actually watching Pearl right now at the when I was there with them. They were watching Pearl.
Pearl.
Yeah, Pearl didn't quite make it into my top 10, but it is in my top 20 as it is number 20, right below Emergency. Great movie. Um, that's the one I told you about, Brad, where it's like these black students find a white girl knocked out in their what's it called, like in their hall,
Hmm.
and they're like, "Fuck this! Like we need to get the fuck out! Like this already
Yeah,
spells trouble."
it's like the white baby on an elevator thing. Like,
Yeah,
nope.
exactly. Yeah. And yeah, and it's right on top of Finland's submission for best international picture, best international feature at the Oscars. Girl Picture, great movie. I watched that one at Sundance. It's really interesting coming of age film. But yeah, Pro was in my 20, but still a great movie, y'all. Of course, we do have a review about the from that on the channel, and I hope you expect me to say that for every movie that we have in here that is have a review. So go check that out. Brad, number eight. My number eight, Brad. You're actually kind of going to be shocked about this, Brad, because you know how much I love this man.
Hmm.
You would think that he would be higher up on my list, but we'll see how it works out later because I think it's still pretty fresh. But my number eight is the newest film from Alejandro Gonzalez Iñárritu, Bardo: False Chronicle of a Handful of Truths.
Only eight. Wow.
This is an incredible movie. Some of the best imagery that Alejandro has ever put onto his screen. I told Brad, like, I don't think this is on the level of like a Babel, a Beautiful. Hell, I wouldn't even put it above Amores Perros for me, but like it's up there as being some of his best work because this is his most personal work yet. And he kind of the way I've kind of explained it, Brad, this is Alejandro's 8.5. Like
Okay. Yeah.
it's
But
like
let's be real here. Like when you mention, so when we mention, there's a few directors where you just go, they don't miss.
no,
Like
they don't miss.
they're high class, and you can put them in rankings all you want, but they don't miss anyway.
Yeah.
And Alejandro's one of them.
Yeah. And he doesn't miss with this. At least he didn't miss for me because I know the movie's really divisive. But what you see in Bardo is incredible. The journey that you go through into the psyche of this character is incredible. And I was just at the end, I was left just in awe and just in love with what I saw. I know I'm a little bit biased. He is my favorite director of all time, so I get that. But he still is number eight. So that should tell you I'm not that biased because
I
if I was
mean,
that biased, he'd be number two or number one,
I
bro.
mean, at least you have a director who makes like really freaking classic good movies.
Yeah,
Like I can't even say that. I don't even like Amores Perros, but I know that's a classic.
yeah. But like I said, the best way I can explain this is Alejandro's 8.5. And that should say something for those of you who've seen 8.5.
Hmm.
Brad, what is your number eight?
My number eight, and I'm probably gonna get shit for this, but I'm gonna throw it out there, is Kevin Smith's Clerks 3. I think it's
Wow.
a great ending to the whole Clerks franchise in a way. Not the whole, skew-averse or a skew-averse. But honestly, I put this on this because it is Brian O'Halloran's swan song out of these movies, and it is his greatest performance out of these movies. And it might be one of Kevin Smith's best movies that he's ever done.
I gotta agree with you, Brad, that I think this is one of his best movies. I also just I really appreciated what he did. This movie did not even make it up to my 50, Brad. This is number 89
Yeah,
on my list.
which should be expected. Again, you have your
Yeah,
favorite directors. I have my favorite
yeah.
directors. I feel like this should be called out for people to see, especially if they are fans of Kevin Smith
Oh
films,
yeah. And
because
I've got to
this
say,
is
it's a good movie.
it's a
It's a
good
good movie.
it's a good bookend for the Clerks franchise. The Clerks, like, I'll admit, Clerks is better. Like,
Oh
I
yeah,
will
but
I won't disagree with, like, Clerks is above and beyond better, but Clerks 3, it's a good and great way and a very loving way of Kevin Smith to end
yeah.
this.
I'll tell you this, Brad. It's above Avatar: The Way of Water on my list, so you know
I
it's
would
already one there.
hope.
Yep. Above Avatar: The Way of Water, Thor: Love and
Now, don't say that too
Thunder.
loud. James Cameron might come after Kevin Smith for those comments.
Yeah, fuck it. I don't care. But great movie. Do check out our review. We have one up on the channel for that one too. Brad, my number 7 is a movie that you haven't seen, but I got to see this movie in at Sundance. This movie really did shake me to my core. This was my favorite movie I watched at Sundance, other than like After Yang and stuff like that. But this was an experimental documentary by a disabled filmmaker. When I tell you it's experimental, it's pretty fucking experimental. The camera is shaking like always because it's literally him riding around in his what's it called wheelchair, and the
Hmm.
camera is just shaking around and stuff. It's showing you truly the lens of a disabled person, and I think that's what really stood out to me. The way that like he's able to convey this in the documentary filmmaking by giving you the actual view of what it is to be disabled. Like to the camera strapped to him, you see when people look at him, when people give him looks and stuff. There's a very bone chilling scene to me where what's it called? Where he is in the bus, the metro, and just how people look at him and how people kind of look at him, being like kind of look at him badly for trying to advocate for himself to get some room in there so that way he can be strapped on, and just the way it looks like how people kind of view disabled people. And that's I Didn't See You There from director Reed Davenport. It was an incredible movie. I really hope you all get to watch this movie because it's probably one of the most probably one of the movies that you should watch, like if you truly do want to understand what the lens of disabled people have to go through, and to see it through the eyes of somebody who's actually disabled, and not just see it through like, oh, this is a movie about a disabled person made by an able-bodied person. This was one of those movies where I was just like, thank you, like this is literally what it is, and this is what it feels like. And I was floored by this movie. I had an incredible time with this movie, and I hope you all get to watch it because I know it's going to be what's it called, a release very soon.
And this was a documentary.
Yes,
Okay.
documentary. Yeah,
We did a previous one that was it was the summer camp. It
Crip
was a
Camp.
summer camp. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
That one just came to mind because that was like very deep, like, film right there. So if this one goes even further
yeah,
and shows like the daily life, that, I really do want to watch that.
yeah. I mean, this is what personal art is, man. This is as personal as you can get. To strap a camera to yourself and show your daily life,
Yeah.
it's just yeah, yeah. It's incredible. Brad, what is your number 7?
My number 7, and again, I'm kind of stuck with what I watched, but I really did love this film. Honestly, I really I thought this was one of the best films of the year, and unexpectedly, because you wouldn't think coming from this franchise that this would actually be on a top 10 list for anything, but they did it well. That's Dan Trachtenberg's Prey of the Predator series, and that movie is so fucking awesome. It's the best, one of the best action films of the year to me.
Damn, bro. Yeah, I agree with you, Brad. This is a great movie. Um, I was surprised that I would like a Predator movie.
No kidding, because honestly, it's hit or miss with Predator movies. It really
Yeah,
is.
but
Usually miss.
This is at my number 30, Brad.
That's
That
hey,
is
hey,
still really
that's
good.
really good for an action film.
Yeah.
A
And like to be
Predator.
fair, what's above this is understandable. Like The Menu, Tar, Holy Spider, Cha Cha Real Smooth. Like, you
But
understand why
for
they're
Raul
above
to
it.
say at number 30, which is, that's pretty high,
Yeah.
is a Predator movie.
It's freaking
That's a
good,
damn
man.
good movie.
It's a damn good movie. It's a
Yeah.
damn good movie. We did do a review of this, so please check that out on the channel. But I was surprised at how good this movie was. I was surprised at how. And I know this probably sounds bad, but I was surprised at how accurate it was to the culture that it was depicting because you usually don't get that.
Yeah.
But
There was a lot of time and effort and research put into this film.
you could
There
tell.
really was.
Yeah. My number six is a movie that I got to watch before Brad because I watched it at Sundance. And because I watched it at Sundance, I told Brad that you have to watch this when it comes out. So we waited until March when this movie finally came out, and we freaking loved it. That is, of course, Kogonada's After Yang. This movie is incredible. The production design is still some of the best production design I've seen this year. The stellar cinematography, uh, Colin Farrell's incredible performance, just everything that Kogonada can like create in this film just makes for one of the best experiences yet. And then just when you just look at it deep into its screenplay, just all these themes that you're talking about, like existentialism and really what it means to be human, it makes for like a really heartfelt movie, man. And like I gotta say that I was surprised that it was able to stay here from March. But
Hmm.
to be fair, Brad, my number one was my number one since April. So
Yeah.
I mean,
I
yeah,
mean, like you said, there have been a lot of good movies that came out this year,
yeah,
and a lot that kind of stuck with you.
yeah.
And
After
After
Yang is
Yang is
one of
one of
them.
those.
Yep. Brad, what's your number six?
My number 6 is Robert Eggers' The Northman, because who doesn't love epic Vikings starring a Skarsgård of all people? Like, it's brutal, it's bloody, it's great. I mean, it, the whole fighting a giant, the whole, at the very beginning running off because his family has disowned him, the mother doing some weird shit. Like, the movie's everywhere and awesome.
Yep.
And I don't
Um,
think it got enough love at the theaters, honestly.
but it did make its money back on video on demand.
It
Remember?
did.
It
It
was,
did.
and that was
Because
wild to hear.
when that movie came out on video on demand, everybody was watching it.
Yep.
So they at least made their money back there. And they're
That's
probably going to get quite a few award noms.
yeah. Um, my what's it called? Northman is actually at number 46 for me. Right below David Cronenberg's new movie Crimes of the Future, and right above this title I got to watch at Tribeca that was really good called The Visitor. Brad, I'm also gonna break your heart. Brad, I think you forgot that we watched Good Luck to You, Leo Grand this year.
God damn it. Fuck.
Brad's like, I'm gonna revise my list after this.
That would have been on
Yeah.
my list, honestly.
That would have been on your list. Yep. I
No.
just looked at it right now. I was like, oh shit, that's right.
So
We did.
good luck to Leo Grande is somewhere in between this list. Like, because
Yeah,
I
somewhere in
absolutely
the top
adored
five.
that movie.
Yep. Um, Brad. Yeah, I know. It's just when the letterbox isn't as updated as we would like it to be, it's kind of hard to realize what we reviewed here.
Yeah.
Uh, but I loved it. I loved. I liked the Northman. I actually got to rewatch the Northman, Brad. I rewatched it during the holiday, and I actually really like. I liked it more on a rewatch, but I didn't get to watch all of it completely, so
I
that's why I
mean,
didn't
it,
log
it
it again. But
it just reminds me of one of those like old tale epics,
yeah,
like the Green Knight. Like when you're in kind of those same veins, and it's done really well. And let's face it, we really like Robert Eggers movies,
yeah,
like The Witch. Like that's one of my favorite horror films of all time.
yeah.
It's great.
And it was a damn good movie, and I hope let's call you all have been watching. Obviously, you guys watched it, made his money back at the fucking video on demand. So
Yeah, like
yeah,
somebody wanted to watch Vikings at home for
yeah,
whatever
man.
reason.
Fantastic movie. I really, what's it called? I hope that that score gets nominated because I fucking love that score. That freaking score is why that movie's also as epic as it is. It's like a big reason why. But yeah, Brad, we're going into the number fives here. We're starting to get in there.
Halfway.
Yep. So let's go ahead and look at our number fives. Brad, my number five is South Korea's submission for Best International Feature at the Oscars this year. I am talking about Park Chan Wook's Decision to Leave. This movie was incredible. I was hooked in, and I know that we both got. We're not like on the opposite sides, but I felt a lot more strongly about this film than you felt
Hmm.
strong about this film. It was really good. I thought that they were taking twists and turns that Park Chan Wook usually does in his films. It's in. I loved what was going on in here. Please listen to our review, y'all. I think that this is one of the best films of the year. It's one of the best films that Park Chan Wook has done. I still think that The Handmaiden is better, but I can't deny that he did a great job in this film. I love the performances in here from Park Hae Il and Tang Wei. I think they did great, and yeah, man, I couldn't stop thinking about this movie for a couple of days, and
I
I
mean, I'll agree. It's a fun movie to watch. I had
yeah,
issues with it, but other than that, I mean, I would rewatch it. Like,
yeah,
it is that good.
yeah,
It's not on my list, but it's that good.
yeah. Number five, Brad.
Number five, Matt Reeves, the Batman, because it's the Batman. Robert Pattinson acts his ass off in this. I don't care if you don't like emo Batman. I like emo Batman because who wouldn't be emo Batman if their parents were shot and killed? Spoiler. Um, but yes, Matt Reeves, the Batman, saw it in theaters. I might have saw it on opening day. One of the
Yeah,
very rare films that I go to see on opening day, and enjoyed every second of it. Uh, you know, the Riddler,
Pa-
um,
people need to give some Paul
Paul
Dano
Dano.
some freaking
Yeah, one of the best Batman villains. And I'm looking forward to whatever Matt Reeves puts on the screen for his next
yep,
Batman films. I I was blown away by it. Music's epic as always. Um, it's probably up there as one of my favorite Batman movies.
yep. Uh, the Batman sits at my number 14. Great movie. What's it called? It's still really good. That's up there. It was for the longest time. It was actually in my top 10.
Yeah,
But I just watching more movies, and things
that's what
happen. But
happens.
yeah, it's kind of what happens when you watch more movies. Things start to like go down. But great movie. We have a review up for that, so just please listen to that or watch that. Uh, I agree with you, Brad. I love Robert Pattinson's portrayal of Batman. I loved Paul Dano's the Riddler, and I am very very excited for what Matt Reeves is going to do in the second film. Brad, my number four is Guillermo del Toro's new movie, Pinocchio, which isn't just directed by Guillermo del Toro. Uh, sorry, I might have clicked something on Letterbox here. Sorry. Guillermo del Toro and Mark Gustafson's Pinocchio. Great movie. Um, I don't know what else to tell you guys.
Yeah,
Um,
watch that Pinocchio instead of the other Pinocchio.
yeah. Brad, are you actually interested? Do you want me to tell you what number that Pinocchio's at, though? Just to,
I would feel like it's not on a list. I
I
would
mean, I
feel it's
ranked
just.
everything I watched this year, Brad.
I mean, how many movies have you watched, Raul?
123.
I would probably say 123, if not 123, fucking close.
119, Brad.
Pretty fucking close.
You know what's
Wait,
above? What's
wait, but there were movies worse than that. I absolutely hated that
Do you
movie.
want to know what's? I hate doing these worst of lists, so I'm
Yeah,
not
yeah,
gonna
no, no.
justify this.
What comes out because I need to know what not to
What's
watch.
worse? Black Adam,
Okay.
Uncharted,
Yeah.
Firestarter,
Yeah,
and number 123, Moonfall.
yeah, I can see it. I might disagree on the Black Adam once I get to watch it, but I might agree with it. So I'm not gonna,
Yeah,
put that out in the universe. But
yeah.
Pinocchio is a horrid movie. Not
But Guillermo
Guillermo's.
del Toro's
Not Guillermo.
Pinocchio.
Guillermo's I haven't watched yet, but it's on my list of one that I really, really want to get to. but Disney's like live action Pinocchio, whatever with Tom Hanks,
Yeah.
whatever that mess of a movie is, just skip it. Like, don't even put it on for your kids. Just go watch the original 1949 animated and go with that.
I loved Guillermo del Toro's Pinocchio. I think that it brought new life into the tale of Pinocchio. He did something that, to me, they haven't done with this story since the freaking animated film. Like they decided to examine it from a different lens, and Guillermo examined the story of Pinocchio through like a political lens, through also just about childhood and about art. And to me, it created a beautiful, beautiful what's it called? Experience of a movie, and it is my one of my perfect scores this year. I love this movie. I was just amazed by the work that Mark Gustafson and Guillermo del Toro could put into this film. Brad, what's your number four?
My number four has already been mentioned by you, so that is After Yang.
Nice, nice. Yeah, Brad really liked After Yang, and I
I
I
really
I,
did.
I understand. Damn good movie. Damn good movie.
I mean the visuals on that, and it is technically a sci-fi film. Um, it's a beautiful movie. It's amazing, honestly.
Yep. My number three, Brad, is a movie that you probably didn't watch either, but it's one of my favorite directors' movies. One of my favorite directors. So that is Gaspar Noé's Vortex. This is a movie about an elderly couple that is living in France. One of them has heart issues. The other one has Alzheimer's, and it's filmed in split screen.
Hmm.
Um, this movie was really painful to watch. If I could say, if there's another movie that actually kind of showed how accurate Alzheimer's is, I would say that this one gets really close to there, to the point where I think I was just I was lost in this movie. I was lost in this film. I couldn't get my mind out of what I was watching. When the credits rolled and it finally went to the dark screen and the lights turned on, I sat in that theater for 15 minutes. I did not move. I just I felt that this was as real as it could get. It felt very, very, very raw. And I'm gonna be honest, y'all. I plan to buy this on physical because it is one of my favorite directors. But I don't think I can rewatch this anytime soon. It just felt that you know that personal and that real. And obviously, that to me, I think that's incredible filmmaking when you can make something like that. But it's a damn good movie, and it is available on video on demand and stuff like that. So you guys can go watch that. So that's Gaspar Noé's Vortex. I do have a review up on the website, so you guys can go check that out. So if you want to hear my thoughts, see my thoughts on that, but damn good movie, man. It's one of my perfect scores. Brett, what is your number three?
My number three is Jordan Peele's Nope. Um, Probably my favorite horror film of the year. And I think it's a great one after his Get Out and Us. I think this man don't miss. This man
No.
don't miss when it comes to horror. And I was on the edge of the seat watching this the whole time, from the beginning to when the reveal happens of what this thing actually is, and the little bits of humor sprinkled in, very very Jordan Peele like. It's amazing.
Yup. Nope is my number 11 actually, Brad. Until I watched
Almost.
RRR, it was my number 10. But then I watched RRR and I was like, there's no way that this doesn't become my number 10. But it's my number 11. Damn great movie, y'all. We have a review up for this. And he doesn't miss, man.
No,
I Three
no.
movies and this man has not made a bad one yet.
So he came on the scene unexpected from Key and Peele, and when they first said, "Oh yeah, Jordan Peele's gonna make a horror film," and did you do the what?
What?
The comedian's gonna make a horror? Oh, okay.
Don't
And
doubt
then
him
Get
though.
Out came out, and then Us came out, and now Nope. And it's just like I will watch whatever horror genre this band makes because it's that good.
Yup. I agree with you, Brad. I'm excited for whatever he makes next because I think that he's an incredible filmmaker, and I think that he is what's it called, one of the best voices right now that we have. he just does a lot great things for the medium of filmmaking, and I think that he is just a special voice. And yeah, guys, that freaking movie is amazing.
Mhm.
Also, the cinematography from Hoyte van Hoytema is fucking fantastic.
Also, the acting
Yeah,
is brilliant throughout this movie
yeah.
from like all the leads.
Brad, I'm going to guess that our number two and our number one are pretty much the same, or it's probably switched up. But Brad, my number two is the Palme d'Or winner of 2022, Ruben Ostlund's Triangle of Sadness.
Hey, really, mine too.
Yeah. Hey, Brad, we got this as a screener. This wasn't for because I covered this Vancouver International Film Festival. I have a review on the website that you guys can go check out. It was what's it called? But then I said, Brad, we have a couple more watches left, and they extended our screener. And I was like, Brad, watch it so that way we can talk. We can do a review. Wow, it's already 11 o'clock. We haven't had the alarm. Wow, that just
Yeah,
was deja vu, Brad. We haven't had the alarm sound off on a podcast in a long
in a
time.
long time. Yeah.
Yeah. Wow, memories. But
Hmm.
Brad, I was like, we have to do this. So I rewatched this movie in a cinema, Brad, just so I could get a reaction here. What an incredible movie, Brad. And I think you can agree with me there, right?
Yes, that's why it's number two.
Yep.
Like that's why we both agreed. Like we watched that film and it was so unexpected because you told me, "Hey, we're gonna watch this," and I put it on and I'm just riveted throughout the whole damn thing, and Woody Harrelson coming on the screen and just the whole thing is just holy God. Wouldn't want to be in this. And then you have such great, just detailed characters that were
Yeah.
made, and the main actress in this, she just does such
Charles
fantastic
BD.
work, and it's a sad story because she passed away, but to leave this legacy of this movie, I mean, she did great things.
Yeah. Um, I have no idea, y'all, how what's it called? How the Golden Nerdies will go, but what's it called? I know that in South Texas, Film Critics Associations, we do have a Best Breakthrough Performance award that we're gonna give there. And sneak peek into my nominations, I do have Charles B. Dean in there for Triangle of Sadness. I think she's great. I still I find it really sad that she passed and that she was just. I think that after this movie she was gonna blow up and that she was gonna have a great career at her hands. And I think that she did a great job, and I think that Ruben Austin does an incredible job with the screenplay and the direction of this film. I haven't had a experience like that in a while. But when I watched this movie, I was just in it, bro. I was in it. And like I understand when people tell me like that third act kind of like really gets a little slow, but
I
I
don't that third act is tense though. It
and
is
we got to
so
give some
tense.
props here though. Dolly De Leon really
Hmm.
holds up that third act.
Yeah,
And that's if it wasn't for Dolly De Leon's
yeah, I would
performance in
agree.
that third act,
I
I
agree it'd
don't
be
think
slow,
this
but
would be a
her
perfect score for me.
but her performance in that elevates that third act and makes it so tense and
Yep.
has probably some of the best moments throughout the movie.
Yep. And of course, Brad, we were going to talk about our number one because this was your number two. So, my friends, this was my number one from April until December 31st at 11:59 p.m. I have a lot to watch, so we'll see how the list changes. But I said on my Facebook page because I always do my top 10 there too. On my Facebook account, I said that at the time I watched this, it hit me on a scale that I didn't expect to get hit. Uh, this was the movie I needed to watch last year, that I didn't think that was going to affect me this way. And when you look at it on paper, a film like this is like it's wacky. It's like it's really like out there, but its emotional core is what holds this film up, and it's why it's been able to connect with so many people and why it stayed in this conversation. Like I said, y'all, we've been doing this for 7 years, y'all. For about 6 or 5 of those years, I've been taking this really like what's it called seriously, where I've been keeping an eye on like award circuits and stuff. It had been a while since I had seen people say like, yeah, this is definitive the one that we want for best picture. Like this is the one we want for best picture. It had been a while since freaking March that we've been saying that this is the runner. This is the runner up. Like, this is the runner up. Y'all, my number one is of course the Daniels, Everything Everywhere All at Once. Brad, it is probably your number one too, right?
Actually, it is.
Actually, it's Good Luck to you, Leo Grant. I just made that revision
Because I
right
just fucking
now.
remember that film.
Which, by the way, that's not a knock to Good Luck to you, Leo Grant. It's a great
No,
movie.
no, and it would not have knocked off Everything Everywhere All at Once,
Yeah.
which that Everything Everywhere All at Once is not just film, it's not just cinema, it's a goddamn experience.
Yep. I like I said, y'all, like it's another one where those like 2 hours and 40 some minutes that you're in that
Oh, it,
seat.
it doesn't feel at all. Not
It
at
does not.
all. And
Not
there
at
are
all,
moments
Brad.
in that film you're just clutching your head going, "What the hell am I watching?" It's a freaking amazing chaos. Controlled chaos at its best.
Yep. I love this movie, man. I just it's just hard to like even talk about like how much we adore this film. Like we talked about it on the review.
They
It
get everything right in this film. The
Yeah.
story, the visuals, the acting, the cinematography. It's all there. The music, it is the best film of the year.
Yeah. 2 hours and 20 minutes. Never, what's it called, feel like it's a drag. It's perfectly paced to me. Yes, it is very out there. And at times you can get lost within the actual like grand scope of this movie, but it always finds a way to remind you this movie is about family relationships. It is about the strong emotional core that it is there. And I just, I couldn't stop myself from just loving this movie so much. And it's held its own throughout the whole year, man. This is the best movie of the year to me. It is the best movie of this very young decade right now. I love this movie. Please watch this, y'all. And it's available to rent. It's not on any streaming right now. Oh yeah, it is. Showtime. Check it out on
Huh,
Showtime if you care about
there
streaming.
you go.
But yeah, I am planning to buy this on physical, but they did just do a 4K like collector's edition of the Green Knight. So I'm gonna hold off and see if they do a collector's edition for this one before I even plan to buy anything,
Hmm.
because I don't want to buy it and then be like, oh cool, I got two copies. But yeah, oh God, I love this movie, Brad. I know you love it. We've been here for a while now, so I think it is time that we go ahead and say goodbye. Of course, y'all, if you do want to tell us your top 10, we already told you our social media and stuff, Nerdcore underscore the Nerdcore. That's Twitter and Instagram. Tell us your top 10. Do they align with Brad? Do they align with mine? Or are you done? Are you not done revising your list like Brad is because he just remembered what the hell he watched this year?
Apparently, I watched more than I remembered. But yes, good luck to Leo Grande. Go watch that. That
Yes.
to for just a one scene movie,
Yeah.
amazing.
Emma Thompson did give one of Brad's favorite performances this year. So, yeah. Of course, y'all, we want to thank our people who are watching us or listening to us. We want to thank whoever was chatting in the what's it called in the chat rooms on YouTube or on Twitch and stuff like that. Thank you all so much for participating with us. Let us know what your top 10 is, and of course, we want to thank our Patreon supporters. We do have some legacy members that we're going to continue to thank until the day that this podcast is over, and that is, of course, our wonderful friend Shane. Brad, we're going to find Shane.
You can follow our friend Shane at twitch.tv/xsrk or on Twitter at thriftedil, or go follow do something with the Suppy God at Prison City Vintage in Illinois. Go meet him face to face, give him a hug for us.
And buy something.
Yeah, buy something, of course.
Yeah,
Of course, that man got the drip.
yeah. Brad, do you think? Do you think? Um, um, Shane watched 10 movies this year.
I, I don't think Shane watched 2 movies, let alone 10.
He did watch the Batman, I think, and he did watch Jackass Forever.
Oh,
That's the only ones
well,
I
there's you
remember.
too. I doubt he watched. Shane is a busy man, and I mean, I would love to do a review with Shane again, but I don't think a mid '90s esque movie is coming out anytime soon. So we'll have to wait.
Hey, he watched Uncut Gems, bro. He loved Uncut Gems. Remember?
Oh yeah, Uncut Gems. Yeah, oh, we might have been able to watch the Adam Sandler movie.
Oh yeah, yeah. I think he would have watched Hustle. I think he would have
Yeah, I
liked
think you would
Hustle.
have watched that. I think you would have liked
I
that.
actually think he would have liked Hustle.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, y'all. Of course, that's been it from us. We will see you all on our next episode. We're gonna be finishing up. We're gonna be wrapping up. Uh, Agnes Varda month. You guys got an extra long episode today, so be thankful for that because we don't usually do these long episodes anymore. But it is the top 10 films of 2022. It takes some time. Plus, we miss you bastards. So, of course, we'll see you all in the next one. Brad, send them out.
All right, Raul, the main host as always. Thank you to all those who join us in chat. From our past selves, thank you to all those in the future. Thank you to all the listeners. Thank you to all our Patreon supporters. We appreciate each and every one of you. And to end this episode, yeah, I'm probably gonna be revising the list a few times. So you'll hear more of that. Tune into the Golden Nerdies, to our other sister shows, because yeah, I'm gonna remember more movies that I forgot that I watched. So we're there. So thank you all. Young Yoda out.